This little guy is $18.99. Hey guys, today we are going to talk about the Revlon Illuminance Serum Tint. So, by me saying serum tint, automatically know you're not going to get full coverage with this. I do have it on right now, and in the video you'll see me apply it, you'll hear my thoughts. I do want to share with you some of the details. So it is $18.99. You can find it at Ulta. You can find it on Amazon. You could probably find it, oh yeah, you can find it at Walmart. So you can find it pretty much anywhere you go. Price point kind of surprised me, not gonna lie. It does come in 18 shades. It seems like it has different undertones. This foundation does have a couple of claims. Let me tell you them. So this foundation claims it's light but buildable coverage. It's supposed to even out your skin tone, reduce dark spots after using it daily for about 4 to 8 weeks. It does have SPF in it. Now, one thing I'm gonna tell you is that you have to prep your skin very good with this, especially if you have dry skin. If you do not prep your skin good, it's going to sit very almost like matte on your face. And I just wanna emphasize that because I've mentioned in previous videos, if you have dry skin and you ever hear skin-like finish, automatically think it's just gonna dry you out or it's gonna look like just more matte on your skin. You have to prep your skin right. I think if somebody has oily skin, I think this is gonna be right up their alley. Now, I have it on and I wanna show you something. I will zoom you in, but I personally don't like the way it's sitting on my pores here. And I don't like how it's emphasizing the dry skin on my forehead. Now, is it huge? Is it major? No, it's not. But I don't like it. I don't like it. I want my skin to look hydrated. I want it to look like, you know, it's not clinging onto any dry patches. So if you have dry patches, you gotta exfoliate and you gotta moisturize. Otherwise, this is going to emphasize that. So I don't hate the product. I just think it's an okay product. So with that being said, let's cut into the application. All right, we've covered the basics, we've covered the intro and everything. Let's get down to application, swatching, and all that good stuff. So, I have shade 313, which is light tan. It's little, I don't know, the presentation is just, I don't know, it's little. It's less than an ounce, but not by much. It's like 0.94. I cannot get over the fact that this is $18.99. I got it on Amazon for like $13, but the price has changed since then. Let's swatch. So it comes in like a little tube like this, which I don't mind. I feel like it's pretty sanitary, I guess. I'm gonna just do a little boop, that's the color. Let's blend it out. It does feel creamy. It does feel pretty moisturizing. One thing that I do want to say is that you have to prep your skin if you want your skin to be glowy. Otherwise, it does have a very natural skin-like finish. And I mentioned before, if you have dry skin and you hear the words skin-like finish, think to yourself, it's probably gonna lean a little bit more matte. So my skin is prepped, like my dewy preppiness skincare. So when I put this on, it's gonna have more of a glow. So this is the color after a few seconds. I would say it slightly oxidizes, so that's okay. Let's just try it on. So I'm gonna just put it on my fingers. I'm gonna apply with my fingers and then I will blend out with a brush. This is not full coverage. This is like a light coverage, but it's a decent coverage. So I always start applying towards the center of the face, work my way out because my redness is pretty much at the center of my face. So let's see, as I'm blending, a little bit of the redness still peeks through. We're gonna layer and see how the coverage is. I'm just taking my Esum T47 and I'm gonna blend it out. Any foundation brush that you like, use that. I don't like using beauty blenders for products like this, especially if the coverage is not full coverage, because it's just gonna eat up the product. It's gonna eat up the coverage. So I would say don't use a blender unless, you know, that's what you're comfortable with, but For $18, you are gonna burn through that product. So see how my skin has like a pretty glow? It has a light scent to it, but it's not strong. So it's a very pretty tinted moisturizer, but that's pretty much what it is. It does have like those claims that I mentioned before. I haven't worn it that long enough to say, yeah, you know, those claims they're accurate. But I will tell you that you do have a pretty glowy skin. But like even for me, this is still kind of skin-like. Without prepping the skin properly, it'll have more of kind of like a matte finish. For myself, I prefer something a little more dewy. What I do like about it though is after applying it, it does look like it doesn't look like you have makeup on, but it still evens out the skin, and I like that. Let's do another layer. Let's go down my nose. Now, the one thing that I do see is that it does kind of sit in my pores. And I'm not somebody who has big pores, but the fact that it's kind of like sitting there and I could see them, I'm not super crazy about. I'm gonna zoom you guys in, but you could see here. And this is like upon application. I'm just gonna follow up on certain spots. You can, like I said, you can layer it a bit, but you're gonna get a light coverage. You're not gonna get full coverage at all with this product. And that's pretty much the finish. I did wear it a couple of times and I had it on all day. I found that this one kind of, my skin just like sucked it up. It didn't last all day. Or maybe it just didn't look like it lasted all day because the coverage really isn't full. So it's an okay product. I got mine off of Amazon. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I'm probably gonna send it back because I feel like for the same price, I can get this. It lasts longer. The coverage is more, like it's got more coverage to it actually. So I feel like if you're, hey, do I get this tinted moisturizer or do I get the foundation? I would go with the foundation. Especially now, like I feel like during the fall, winter months, we're going for a little more coverage. And this, for me, it doesn't do it. I have other tinted moisturizers that I've tried in the past that I like the Wet n Wild one that comes in a similar packaging that's like hyaluronic acid. That one's gorgeous. Granted, the skin range is not the best, but I prefer that finish. So the pros are, it is lightweight, it is skin-like, it does have SPF 15. The shade range is better. I haven't seen them in store to actually be like, yep, this shade range is awesome. But I saw that on Amazon they did have different models and like the pictures that they used, I liked. But it's not anything that's like, oh wow, I need it, if that makes sense. So it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, that's how I feel. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. I can't wait to hear from you guys, and I'll see you in my next one.